Ooh, 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 we're having a love morning now. Ooh, 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 if it's your first time, I'll tell you how. First, we get together and we share some gratitude. Then we have a time to lift our one another attitude. It's time for love morning, yeah, love morning with you. Okay, that song was a little inaccurate. I usually also start the Love Morning broadcast with a song. Good morning, Cozy Rhythm. Good morning, beautiful people, he says, or she says, or they say. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Ems and Zoisa. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And actually, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook is part of what I'm going to talk about today and the differences of those experiences because I had a video that went to all three of those places had very different responses, which I'll share in a minute. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Love Morning, this broadcast, which is every day at 9 o'clock, one of the intentions is to have the experience that I already had there because of what Cozy Rhythm and what Ems just said and what Gerbot just said. Good morning! That recognition that we are not alone, that it is so easy to start feeling like the world is a cold place and filled with people who are drinking their haterade and spilling it all over themselves and us. But it's also a world filled with beautiful people and people who are open-minded and open-hearted and like us. And so just remembering that, I think, makes it so much easier to go out into the world and shine our lights. So this is an opportunity to feel some strength in community and belonging and weirdo appreciation so that we can shine our brilliant, unique lights in the world in whatever way that is. A little bit of extra connection time, little moments of kindness if you can find the opportunity to be so. So welcome Betsy. Welcome Tom and DGC. Welcome Razorblade. Hello Brandy. And gratitude. Thank you Gerbot. It's also a chance to share gratitude. So if you are here, please share something that you're grateful for. We would love to hear something that you are grateful for. And it's such a beautiful experience to have your lens of what's good in the world get opened up by what other people share. Em said, remember, gentle reminding of being that. Good morning, Faith. Faith says she's thankful for this beautiful day and to be a part of this practice. Sending love from Key West. Thank you, Faith. I love you. Tracy says, good morning. I'm coming from San Diego with a PMA, positive mental attitude. Good morning, Tracy. Kiri says, hi, friend. Hello. Betsy is grateful for our new Stay Sparked episode. Yes, episode 37. Stay Sparked is a podcast I do with Betsy and Yanis. Yanis who's here, and Betsy is here. Whee! Okay, I'm nervous. They're watching. Am I doing a good job? Betsy and Yanis are my co-hosts. Stay Sparked. Really, I'm super proud of what we do together. Stay Sparked available on Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. The most recent one we did yesterday is about insecurity. Not that I've ever had that, but I read about insecurity once. No. I'm going to talk a minute about the experience I had with some real harsh comments yesterday that has been a practice in, where am I in my insecurity practice, in my insecurity my love of my own insecurities. Good morning, Syntix Slave. Hello to you in Germany. Just want to say that you are really attractive. Have a nice day. Why, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good morning, Natasha. Natasha's looking forward to having her daddy in town this weekend for sweet ass whippings and incoming rain here in the Pacific Northwest for birthday plants. So that's daddy, not father. Got it. Okay. That thank you. Yay, we embrace all weirdness. Fernando is saying hello from the Mojave Desert. I'm pretty good. I'll share in just a second some of my rattling and some of the good things and bad things. But good morning, Jim. Jim says, I love waking up into Pink Heart Gratitude Circle. Big yay. Yes, good morning. Vesper, hello. Vesper says, good morning. Getting coffee with my boo while we wait to get haircuts. Grateful for service workers. They help make our lives more enjoyable. Good reminder. Thank you. Good morning, Brent. Natasha says, I am definitely weird. Good morning. Kiri says, I'm grateful for my triggers. They're here to show me what to work through. Chris says, today I'm grateful for mirrors of life, creating the smoking experience of emotion. The polarities have made me better able to accept the mental state I'm dealt. I love that, Chris. Okay, so I'm going to share real quick about, good morning, always clues. Good morning, Fernando. So I'm going to share, I'm going to focus for a second and tell you about this, the weird situation that I had. And I know yesterday I was already talking about, I put 11-second video about being a weirdo, and I'll share exactly what I said, because it was a clip from this broadcast from a few days ago where I was talking about the intro of my book that says, you know what, I'm going to read the exact intro. In the video, I was paraphrasing, but this is what it says. This is my book Protagonist, and that's me. That's me on the cover. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jamin Percy did that photo. Okay, so the intro of the book says, periodically someone will give me an odd look and say, you're freaking weird. I light up and shoot back. Thank you for noticing. I work really hard at it. And so it was just a quote of saying, like, when people call me weird, I say, thank you for noticing, you know. And so on Instagram, it went kind of like viral for me, and it went, it's got like 150,000 views, something like that. And so a lot of comments, 95% of the comments are people who are like fellow weirdos and love it and are sharing it with their weird friends. Even someone today I saw, you can Instagram, you can take the audio from a video and lip sync to it. So someone lip synced. There was someone in their car going. It was like, oh, it's so cool. Now, 2.5% of the comments are people who are just saying like total 9-year-old stuff like you suck, and then but another 2.5% are people who are saying like you think you're weird, you're not weird. Okay, so I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to put this video on the YouTube Shorts, which is like YouTube's version of TikTok. And I have like 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I get very few views on YouTube. So if you use YouTube, it would be so nice if you subscribe to the Hug Nation channel and occasionally just like the video. Does that sound desperate? I'm so desperate. Okay, so I put it on the YouTube thing, and within an hour, it had 4,000 views, which is a lot for me. I'm like, whoa. But here's the thing. Of those 4,000 views, 70% said they disliked the video. And the comments were fucking harsh. Like, thank God that I feel resourced and strong, because I'm going to read a couple of them. This one person said, imagine seeing this thing in public and trying not to laugh out loud. Can't wait for the asteroid, said another person. Someone said, you are what's wrong with the world today. People are sick of this shit. And it's like, oh my God, like this is, and I guess, you know, it's kind of, it shows me what's going on with algorithms. And so YouTube, I mean, I'm looking at these people, I'm like, why did I get suggested to these people? Like right-wing military people. I'm like, of course they're gonna like, not of course, I take that back. I can't believe that they're intentionally cruising, looking for alternative looking people talking about weirdness. So they must be putting it in front of them knowing that it's going to get them activated, and it fucking did. So I was like, wow. I mean, I was kind of marveling at the experience of getting some negativity with, you know, amongst the 140,000 views, and wow, it's an interesting experience. And then the next day to get like almost all negative comments. In fact, one of the few positive comments was someone that basically said, I don't personally support LGBTQ, but you shouldn't tease someone just because, of their lifestyle. I'm like, wait, so the one positive comment is someone who is defending me for being gay, even though they personally don't support gay people. I'm like, wow, this is not my crowd. Just in case you are new to me and following, I don't identify as queer. I try not to identify as anything, but I've only been in romantic relationships with women, and I'm currently in a romantic relationship with a woman. Whew. Okay, so that's where I'm. Okay. So then this morning, I'm kind of just processing this interesting experience, and I got a comment from a mother saying thank you, not through YouTube, through Facebook. This is like, hey, you don't know me, but you really helped me to understand Burning Man better. And, I've got a trans child, and you really helped us to really embrace the weirdness. And we saw your YouTube video, and just it meant so much. And I was like, okay. So even though the comments is so aggressively negative, even through all that darkness, it did get through and hit someone that was supposed to see it, So that felt good. Okay, I will return to saying hello and reading your gratitudes. If anyone has got some gratitudes to share, welcome Anna and Costa Rica and Ems. Jim says, I'm grateful for my anger. It shows me what I need to change, let go, radically accept, and clearly communicate in order to respect myself. That's nicely said. Tasha said, those comments are why I shy away from YouTube. Really, YouTube is the worst. The worst. I mean, just going side by side between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even TikTok, my experience has been YouTube is the gutter. Jim says, sometimes I think all that negative noise are just paid troll farms. That's possible. That makes me feel so much better to think that those aren't real people. Because the most jarring thing for me was this kind of like, whoa, is this who's out there? I live in this bubble and cultivate a world where I'm connected with people like you. And so we get to keep lifting each other up and making lives for ourselves that are filled with people who reflect the miracle and the majesty of being alive in this fertile planet. So then when I realize, oh my gosh, look who else is out there. Like I'm still have not recovered from Donald Trump winning the presidency. Because in that moment, I had this profound jarring of like, oh my God, my neighbors are not who I think they are. Neighbors meaning my fellow Americans. And it was shocking to me that this was not just 9-year-olds on YouTube, but like enough people, grown-ups. And if you are a Trump supporter, I apologize for my judgment, but it is I struggle with with that human as a leader. So yeah, so when I saw this many people that were just being so gross and two-dimensional and hateful, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to. This is not. So I love the idea that hopefully they're trolls and bot farms and people intentionally just trying to, or not actual humans filled with hate, but just strategic instigators. Yes. Good morning, Robert. I love you too. Carolyn says, I think they're trolls too. I don't think you should. Oops. I didn't think you could share Facebook Reels on Instagram or YouTube. Can you? Well, you can't share, but you can take the same video and repost it. Stargazer, astrologer saying, I'm still not recovered either. Yeah. Murphy Rayan. Thank you for this opportunity. Good morning. Hello. We'd love to hear something that you're grateful for if you want to share it. Good morning, Pierre, or good afternoon to you in Amsterdam. Grateful that someone just sponsored my test fees for my certification. Wow. Living the dream, Pierre. Kiri saying, I have had way worse comments on Instagram than YouTube. Oh, well, there goes my theory. Or I guess the theory, the conclusion is there are bad, yucky people in the world, and they're all over the place. And there are amazing, incredible love ambassadors all over the world. And the more of us that can be that in the world, the more of them will have the courage to be out. I mean, that is one of the consequences of, oh, do I want to get political? Okay. This isn't political. This is just, regardless of politics, I don't think you would argue with the fact that the 45th president was less tactful, was more overtly mean. And when you have role modeling of overt meanness, it gives more people permission to be mean. And the same way that it is important for more people to be overtly and out and shining bright and being compassionate and loving and kind, because it gives more and more people permission, shows people that, oh, this is the way, this is acceptable. Because if all you see is meanness, it feels like, okay, I don't want to be vulnerable and be nice. Christopher saying, Happy Weirdo Wednesday. People are let down sometimes. Kindness will always win. And like Ariana says, thank you, next. You are absolutely one of my favorite weirdos. Thank you. Pierre says, the haters make it easier to appreciate the lovers. Nice. Brandy says, I am grateful for rechargeable batteries. Love it. Hello, Petal. Good morning. Victoria is grateful for her adorable husband. Hello to you in Paris, Sophie Cap. Good evening. So we got Paris, we got Amsterdam, we've had around the U.S. I'm in San Diego, California, where it is a lovely little overcast morning. I do love the overcast. My youthful days of sunbathing are no longer available to me. Kiri is grateful for the perfect weather and the breeze in my hair today. Okay, now I'm ready for my deep gratitude. I am grateful that Lisa is back in town. She has been gone for the weekend and until late last night, and so I'm so grateful to have that Lisa crawled in bed with me last night. I got to wake up with her. We had talked about maybe doing broadcasts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because she got in late. We're not going to skip today. Oh, and she's going to be out of town on Friday. So next week, hopefully, I'll get to do some co-love mornings with Lisa, which I if you were there before when we did a few, I think it's a lot of fun. Good morning, Ems. Ems is grateful to be back home in San Diego. Petal is in Australia. Jim's in Chicago. Nice. Brent is grateful for the ability to perplex both political flavors simultaneously. And I think if you, I don't think I have talked anything about politics, only about behavior and compassion and kindness, which I don't think is, I don't think that is that is independent of political party and political policy. You can have compassion and kindness and respect no matter what your ideology is about foreign policy or economics. Welcome and good morning. A few more minutes to share something that you're grateful for. Pam is grateful for movement and being able to move their body. Yes. Love it. I am Grateful for my men's group last night. I had a really beautiful gathering with some incredible men that I've known for a very long time, and it's such a rewarding experience to learn about people's lives, when you respect them, and they're lives that are different from yours, and when people feel safe enough to share what they're going through, it's really valuable. I think if you're speaking of Stay Sparked, if you haven't ever checked that out, we did a whole episode about men's and women's groups or groups. We talk a lot about that. So I'm super grateful for the men in my men's group and the inspiration that I got last night and that I continue to get from hearing what other people are going through and their actions. I don't respond so well to teaching someone telling me this works. What I respond to is someone saying, hey, I tried this and this is what happened. And I go, oh, I respect you. I want to try what you tried. So it's awesome for me to hear people I respect talk about the things that work for them. Good morning, Abby. Abby, good morning from Kentucky. I'm grateful for cool, fresh air in my apartment today. I know that some people love summertime, but man, as it cools off, I am celebrating. I survived the summer. Yay for cool, fresh air. Woohoo! We do this every day, 9 a.m. We do a morning broadcast. And then if you want to join for a gratitude circle, those happen at noon, 6 p.m. and 3 a.m. So anytime you want to pop in for a little community burst of Love Ambassador jolt, come on here. And then we do a hug and go off into our ways. Sebastian, good morning. Sebastian says, I regret not stopping by to thank you for all your videos introducing newbies to Burning Man and all your reflections on Burning Man values that helped me and my group have an incredible first burn this year. Oh, man. Thank you. I really get that feeling at the burn when I talk to people who've watched videos of like, I'm really proud of the energy I put into that over many years. I feel really good of the impact of that effort. It clearly, was not a part of a career path, but it was part of a calling almost. Like, I feel like this is part of my dharma, and it's awesome to be reminded and hear things that, yeah, it helped. Thank you. Good morning, Alice in San Diego. Patal, I apologize if I got the vowels wrong. Grateful for my neighbor for jumping the fence and giving our kitten her baby vaccinations. Nice to have a free vet whom I pay with locally made wine. Legend. Awesome. Stargazers, I'm grateful for the opportunity for new adventures on the horizon. Yes. Brandy's grateful that I can walk. Spinal cord damage years ago. Was diagnosed with lifelong paralysis from the waist down, but was walking within 6 months, and I'm grateful for that. Boom! Gerbot is grateful for the sun and our 23.5 degree axial tilt. 'Tis the reason for the seasons. Autumn equinox will be here Saturday. Oh, is that right? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I love marveling at that. Like, what makes this planet so perfect? It's like there's so many things. Like, there's a great passage in the book Pronoia by Rob Bresney about, do you realize how many things are just right in terms of our planet in relation to the sun and the orbit and the wobble and the tilt? They're like, it's just, it's mind-blowingly statistically incredible. Faith says she's grateful to be able to participate through Burning Man remotely through me. Alice, I'm grateful for my deceased daughter's boyfriend finally reaching out and communicating with us after 3 months. Ooh, I hope that was, or continues to be, healing for both of you. Ooh. Gearbot says, I got Pronoia. Great book. Isn't that a great? Rob Bresney is a very unique voice. I really like. He's just like lyrical and poetic and has this lovely, lovely tint that he puts on everything. Well, thank you, Sebastian. I'm glad we got to connect in this moment. And with that, thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you for coming in and connecting for a moment and reminding each other that we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people. So in this moment, wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze. And as you are squeezing yourself, imagine you're being held by me and all the people here, surrounded by support and gratitude, knowing that we are all so much more alike than we are different. And that we're all doing the best we got with what we can. So let's forgive others for when they kind of do things that seem off track. Let's forgive ourselves when we lose our way as well. Just keep coming back to that shared humanity, that shared desire to be our best selves. And let's have the courage to do that and support others who are being courageous in their paths of authenticity and kindness and connection. Let's take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and each one of you, thank you for being here for this Hug Nation Love Morning. Thank you for shining your light and giving permission for others to do the same. It really is a beautiful form of activism. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube so that we don't let the haters win. And actually, if you ever want to know any more of my stuff, johnston.com is the place to find my book, my t-shirt store, free stickers, all sorts of stuff. JOHNSTYN.com. You can always send me a message if anything I mention you're like, wait, what was that? Happy to share more. Morning, brother. Enjoy the day.